Hi everybody. Well, it turns out that I left a rather important thing out in class. It's rather straightforward to learn, but still I was remiss in not going over it. And I also wanted to revisit the picture problem because the way I presented it in class is not exactly the way it is done in the homework. So here we go. What you see here is example 8, the one example that I forgot to do in class. And in this particular example, we have a modeling problem with a quadratic, with a mathematical model that is represented as a quadratic equation. So I wanted to walk through this just to be complete in my presentation or in my delivery of content. So here it is. In this example, we have the iRide trolley service that carries passengers along the International Drive Resort area of Orlando, Florida. There is a bar graph, but you can't see it here. However, the quadratic equation that models the ridership is this quadratic right here, where y, it represents ridership in millions of people, and then x represents the years after the year 2000. So 0 is 2000, 1 is x equals 1 is 2001, and so on. And we were asked two questions. The first one is use this model to determine the ridership in 2008. And the second one is, according to the model, in what year did the ridership exceed 1.9 million people? And notice that this model is only valid between the years 2000 and 2010. Okay, so let's get started with A. In A, we need to use the model to determine the ridership in 2008. Well, since the year of interest is 2008, x is equal to 8. So what do? We take the number 8, we solve it, we substitute it in for x. So we have an 8 squared here, and 8 here, and we just go ahead and we do the math. And when we do the math, we get an answer of 2.023. And that tells us that the ridership in 2008 is 2.023 million people. The next part is a little challenging. Well, so the next part, we know what y is. Y is 1.9 million, or in this case, 1.9. So we substitute it in for here, and we realize that we actually have to solve for x. So to do that, we are going to take this quadratic, we're going to convert it into standard form by subtracting both sides by 1.9. And when we do, these cancel, and we have the expression down here. Now, there's no way to factor this bad boy, at least none that's obvious to me. So we're going to have to go ahead and use the quadratic formula. Now, if you do, you will get two answers. Or I should say two solutions. The first solution is going to be x, I'm going to call it x1, and that's going to be equal to 3.3444. The other one is going to, and I'm going to call that x2, is going to be 11.670. Now, are both of these valid solutions? Well, to answer that, we would need to come back up and remind ourselves the validity of the model. This model is only valid between the years 2000 and 2010. This corresponds to 2011. This is outside of the valid range of the model. So this is an extraneous solution. This, of course, corresponds to 2003. And so our answer would be that the ridership crossed 1.9 million in 2003. So this was the example that I forgot to do in class. My most humble apologies. Now, one of the things I did try to do in class was talk about this particular problem. It's coming, one second. There it is. Well, the problem that you're going to see in your homework is not nearly as challenging as the one that I showed you in class. So let's go through this one right here. Oh, good, it works. Here we have a mat and a frame around a picture. And the mat measures x distance across. So this distance right here is x. And the question is, which equation says that the area of the picture itself is 400 square inches? Okay, so we have here that the picture in frame has a length of 34 inches and a width of 15 inches. Okay, and we want to know the area of the picture inside the frame. Okay, so let's look at this. This we're going to say has a length L, all right, and has a width W. So its area, 400 feet, or 400 square inches, is going to be equal to its length times its width. Now its length is going to be 34 inches minus x over here and minus x over here. So this is going to be 34 minus 2x. The width is going to be 15 inches here minus x, which of course is 15 minus 2x. And that's going to be equal to 400. So the question is, which equation over here looks like this? And of course your answer will be A. So if I just put the 400 on the other side, we have the exact same thing. So those are the things that I wanted to clear up relative to class. I'm sorry if I caused any confusions. Of course, I'm dreadfully sorry that I kind of messed up the first example in part 1.6, but then again, it allowed us to leave 20 minutes early, and I'm sure that everybody, including myself, was cool with that. So with that, please go over this video if you need some help for those homework problems, and have a great weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday. And this is Bob Boyle signing off.